Hello, everybody. Welcome to Creative Director Reacts, where I react to all sorts of adverts. And today I'm looking at a proper classic. It is the 1984 launch advert for the Apple Macintosh. It doesn't get any more iconic than this. Now, the ad runs at about a minute long. So what I'll do is I'll run it in its entirety, then I'll pull it back, play it again, and pause and give you my thoughts and opinions on what makes this ad so iconic.
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the Information Purification Directives. We have created, for the first time in all history, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of a contradictory thoughts. Purification of the rules is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh, and you'll see why 1984 won't be.
Okay, wow, a lot to unpack there. And yeah, there's a lot of reasons why this is considered a classic. Let me just pull it back and let's break it down from the beginning.
Today we celebrate the first glorious.
First of all, the visual styling. You will note how all the characters and all the scenes are very dark and grey and dystopian. And you would have seen that reference to 1984, George Orwell's book, right at the end of the advert. So you can see where the inspiration is coming from. This advert, created by the incredible Ridley Scott, who knows how to tell a story through film. You have the drones, right? These are the sheeples. These are the people you don't want to be. You are controlled if you're one of these people. And I guess what Apple is trying to say, that maybe if you were buying their competitors back in the day, you would have been one of these drones. They're not quite the enemy of you as the viewer, but it's getting there. It's not somebody you'd want to be friends with.
Anniversary of the Information Purification Directives. We have created, for the first time in all.
And here we see the first real enemy. These are the police, if you like, or the enforcers. These are the bad guys. And like in any good storytelling, you've got good people and bad people. These are the bad people. They represent the machine. We also have our protagonists. So if you think about all these people dressed in dark blues and blacks and greys, you have our protagonist, the lady. She's very bright. She's wearing bright red. She's wearing a white shirt. She's definitely different to everybody else.
History, a garden of pure ideology, where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests.
There we have the talking head. We have this monster up on the wall, classic kind of George Orwell 1984. This being that tells everybody what to do and what to buy and where to go. And this entity having a police force to keep people under the thumb, if you like.
Obeying contradictory thoughts. Purification of the rules is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
She's breaking the machine. She's breaking down the old systems. She's making it possible for people to think for themselves.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh, and you'll see why.
What's very interesting, actually two things are very interesting. The first one being how bold and how much confidence they had. We all know how amazing the Apple Macintosh is now, right? The old Macs, everything that Apple does. But back then, this product didn't exist yet. And this brand, certainly not in the way that we know the brand, didn't exist. And yet they had the confidence to come out and say, that something massive is coming, something disruptive. This is that classic disruption technique. The other thing which is really interesting, which I doubt maybe would get away with nowadays. They don't show the product, and they don't show people using the product. They don't show somebody typing away going, hey, I've just bought an Apple Macintosh. So it disrupts even a lot of like the principles of advertising and marketing, such as, show the product, show people using the product. So this is in many ways disruptive also because it's a true brand film. It's almost like a manifesto film, which back then is probably even more amazing that they pulled this off. I also quite like how the type comes up over the end to tell the story. I mean, nowadays, I guess you'd see like this type of type treatment more so, let's say on Instagram or on social posts, but to see it on a what would have been a TV back then, I think is really interesting. It also means you don't have to use like a voiceover artist to say that. And I think it's much more interesting when you're forced to read it and you're forced to kind of own it yourself. So what's the correlation between 1984 and 1984? Well, who knows? I'm not sure what came first, but it's a great technique to root the TV advert in both the year that this product came out and also such a dystopian book and was very famous. So I think that's why this advert is so iconic. It's disruptive. It's not boring. It's entertaining. It tells a story. There's the classic kind of battle between good and evil. There's the dystopia. There's the hope. We're going to break the system. We're going to smash it all down and do it all ourselves. So an amazing ad. Yeah. If you'd like to see me react to more of these ads, whether it be classic adverts or modern adverts, it doesn't have to be TV adverts. Could be social films, could be experiences, could be immersive marketing. Please let me know.